Yo, what's poppin'? Today we're gonna be just going over my new updated post LIOV Tri-Brigade Zoodiac deck list. This is what I was testing out before the set dropped, and yeah, I like it. It's super solid, nothing too wacky or whatever here. It's honestly pretty standard, but I like talking about Yu-Gi-Oh, so I'm gonna make the video. Um, I gotta say it. If you like the video, hit me with a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you don't, that's cool too. I appreciate your time, appreciate you watching. Also, that's a webcam, so now I got two. So it's like, boom, pointing at the cards. Then you can see my face looking at the camera or looking at the cards. So you're welcome for that. And with that, let's just hop right in. So again, pretty standard. 3 Fractal, amazing card, great starter. I bought these for 15. Now they're like at least 30 bucks. They might climb more. But it's mandatory at 3. Like it's such an important card in the deck. Gets you started. Also, it's just a big body, which can come up sometimes. But yep, Fractal, great card. Go Fractal, send Kit, which I run 3 of. This is our little Foolish Burial in the deck. She's mostly just useful for getting more Tri-Brigades in the grave, so that you can actually activate the effects and do stuff. So, pretty straightforward. Good card. 3 Nerval, of course, the generic searcher. Amazing card. Again, another mandatory 3 of, like, just being able to search basically whatever you need. It's just amazing. And then you can loop it with stuff like Revolt. Yeah, great card. Gotta love it. And then 2 Chaos. I was thinking about bumping this up to 3. Just because this deck is so low on extenders. Like, having more Tri-Brigades might not be a bad idea. But at the moment, I'm just running 2. It could go up to 3 since it is the only one that can special summon itself out. But I think 2 is fine for now. And then the last of the Tri-Brigade cards, 2 Revolt. Best card in the deck. It's Soul Charge, but even better because you also get to search. You also get to chain block. Like, sometimes you can draw. Like, it's just a crazy card. It's just absolutely wild. Gotta love it. Now for a tiny Zoodiac package. It's just, again, stock standard. Whiptail, Rat, Ram, and Barrage. Some people play Thoroughblade. I don't like Thoroughblade. I don't really understand the point of it. Like, yeah, it gives you piercing. On the off chance that you have another zoo in hand, you might be able to get a draw, but like that just doesn't come up much. So I would rather have the Whiptail. It can make our zoos big. Whew, can't speak. And yeah, I just think it's a better card. Then, of course, we have 3 Tenki. Tenki searches any of our zoos and also searches Fractal. So this deck definitely does have enough starters, which is really, really nice. I still haven't gotten 3 matching Tenkis. Like, I think, yeah, these 2 are speed duels. This one's a super. Deal with it. I don't know what to tell you. Generic good cards. Reborn. Again, this deck does not have many extenders, so Reborn can be really, really big. Especially, like, there are plenty of times where you have a zoo and your opponent has, like, one way to out the normal summon, so you can, like, go, like, Rat, send, they bounce or get rid of your normal summon, then you just Reborn, go into Zeus, and win. So, always very, very good. 2 Desires. I'm of the mind of you're either playing stuff in 1 or 3s, like depending on if it's searchable or if you really want to see it. But Desires is a bit of a special case for me. For me at least, I never want to see more than 1 Desires, but I usually want to see 1 at least. So I am playing the 2. Like, I don't know if there's ever been a game where I resolved 2 Desires in 1, because then you're just getting rid of 20 cards, right? So I would just rather have cards that are more likely to be live, but also if you open desires, like just getting that advantage, drawing traps or whatever is huge. So it can be hard. One called by, it's called by, like it's just good. Now the rest is basically traps and going second cards. So let's go over actually these traps, just 4 other than the revolts, so 6 total. IO, because IO just wins games, and 3 strike. Strike does have versatility going second. Like it can be really important to making sure your revolt gets resolved, and yeah, strike is still good. And again, IO, just like there aren't many decks that you flip IO. Like if you flip IO against dragons, like they don't have that much they can do. That you flip IO against Drytron, and same deal. So good cards. And then we're playing 12 going second cards. So that's 3 Dark Ruler, 3 Droll, 3 Imperm, and 3 Ash. So Ash, just always solid, generic hand trap. Like, I don't know if there will ever be a format where Ash isn't good. There's always going to be some sort of searching or special summoning from the deck. Like, it's just an all-around great card. Imperm is really good for the mirror. Yeah, if your opponent goes like, Nerval for 4 and you just Imperm it, then they're not going to be super stoked. Again, just a nice, good card. It's not always the highest impact, but it will always have value. And of course, going first, you can just set it and use it as another interruption. Droll, great against dragons, great against Shaddolls, great against Drytron. So just an all-around really good card. Really important, I think, in the meta. And it's another card that, like, it's gonna touch most decks. Like, even this deck, it's not super reliant on searching, but, if you start off with a Desires and they droll you, then, your your Nerval's turned off, your Tenki's turned off, all that stuff. So, Droll can be impactful even against this deck, even if it's not the most impactful. And then finally, Dark Ruler. I don't like losing when I go second, so this is just like the best blowout card, especially with Drytron coming back in the meta and them having the ability to set up like 6 negates with Herald. Dark Ruler, really, really good. Like I said, nothing too crazy or innovative here. You'll notice I'm playing fewer traps than the last version of the deck. I just think having hand traps is really impactful and important right now. Again, especially with Drytron back in the meta and all the negates they can set up. Like if I have Needle Sealing, unless I open exactly Needle Sealing plus Strike, then Needle Sealing isn't going to do anything. Whereas, if I have Imperm, at the very least I can Imperm the Fafnir and get some advantage that way. Going on to the extra, I'm missing 1 card because I have not shelled out for it, but we'll cover that when we get there. 2 Blossom, really good in the grind game, just being able to special summon Tri-Brigades or Zoos from your hand. 1 Bear Brum, I hate that name. It just doesn't roll off the tongue like Bear Bloom does. Yeah, but it's a good card. Searching Revolt is good. Like a lot of the times, if you can resolve Revolt, you're just gonna win, because you're just going to get so much advantage. Like banish a monster that your opponent put a lot of investment in, and then you get, searches and all that good stuff off of it. 1 Rugal, you kind of just need a Link 3 for a lot of times. His effect isn't super useful, but again, being able to guarantee follow-up by just like special summoning from the grave and then adding it back to the hand is always nice. His second effect can come up, I guess, but it doesn't really come up. Yeah. I've got 2 Shurag. It's just amazing. Just non-targeting banish, and then it floats. Like, what else can you ask for? We've got 1 Dragon Lords, which, again, just super solid interruption. Just bouncing cards is so good. It's so annoying. 1 Doom Eagle. super underrated card. Like I know everybody plays it, but it's just so good. Just being able to shuffle back cards from the grave, and then also just being able to have a 4800 beater on board. Um, yeah, just a super solid card. Almirage is used to get Kit and Nerval off board so that you can get some searching going. Appaloosa, she's really good, of course. She's the main combo piece. This deck doesn't really set up many or really any negates except for Appaloosa, so she is important. Really good against Drytron as well, because they don't really just have anything that they can summon and beat over. You could just like negate, negate, negate. Okay, well, thanks. Finally, the Zoo package. Same as last time. Chakanine, Trident, Tiger Mortar, Borbo, and Zeus. The best Zoo. Um, Again, this is standard for a reason. I've seen some people squeeze in a Hammer Kong, and I just have no idea where. And I also just don't think it brings that much value. Like, Hammer Kong, I don't know, it just doesn't really do anything. All of these cards have defined purposes, like easy Zeus access, part of the rat combo, another part of the rat combo, and then also an interruption. So Hammer Kong is just another name, so I'm just not a huge fan of it. But if someone has a good reason for it, please let me know. I am not the best Yu-Gi-Oh player in the world. I don't know if I led you guys to believe that before this, but that's not me. But yeah, that's the deck. The main card that I'm missing is access code. Um, because access code really helps you go for game, but despite there being a $70 card on the uh, you know, on the screen right now, like I pulled the Zeus, and I don't really feel great about spending $70 on an access code when we're just starting to enter reprint season. So yeah, if I did have access code, I'd probably just run it over Bear Blossom. Oh, excuse me, that was tough. I'd run access code over Blossom, but I don't have it, so you make do. It comes up, but it's not like it's not killer if you don't have it. I don't think. Um, you could try Boral Sword technically, but it's just a lot harder to make in this deck. You don't really just have free bodies hanging around. Whereas with this deck, you could just go like Banish 3, Summon Doom Eagle, Link, whatever, Tri-Brigade plus Doom Eagle into access code, and then blow the board and go for game. Yeah, that's it for the deck. Like I said, it's all pretty straightforward, pretty standard, but I'd like, in general, just going through some test hands because it's fun and because it lets me talk more about Yu-Gi-Oh! So we are gonna do some of that. So I already did a quick pile shuffle and shuffled some, but I just want to make sure it's nice and randomized. And let's just hop right in. And you guys know me. If I brick, I'm gonna leave it in. I'm not gonna do anything fake or weird. So, okay, decent hand. Um, Going first, we'll still have 3 decent interruptions because what we would do is just normal summon, um, overlay, overlay, overlay. I guess something like that. And then set 2 pass. So really simple and straightforward. We've got Imperm, we've got Ash, we've got Revolt. So if and or when they out the Trident, this can turn into an interruption because we'll just link into Shurag on their turn, and we'll have plenty of follow because we'll have the Karos in hand that we can next turn pop off with. So really simple, super straightforward hand. And fine, it's really solid. Like, this is enough to beat a lot of decks. Gotta love the fast test hands. Next card would have been Kit, so even better. because we would just go Keros effect, discard the kit mill, Nerval at Fractal, and then we'd have both the Keros on field effect and the Fractal on field effect. Oh, sorry, that's my mic. Don't pay attention to that. It's not there, trust me. Okay, we will do one more. And 1, 2 of the same cards, 3, good extender, 4, and 5. Okay, this is super solid. 2 hand traps, always good. The main theory behind this deck, I know we're like 15 minutes in at this point, but of course is like having a solid, consistent engine that's relatively compact, plus other drawn interruptions. So that includes hand traps, dark ruler, whatever. So anytime you see like a normal summon, an extender, and a couple hand traps, that's a good hand. So I think what I would do here is discard the kit for Keros effect, send Ing, Nerval at Fractal. Let's see, the best way to do this feels like we do something like activate Keros for 2. And I think we summon out, let's think here. I think we summon out Blossom. Activate Blossom to summon out Keros. Link these 2 into Bloom. Feels dirty to waste the link material, but activate. I'll put back, or activate Blossom. So we draw Ash. I'd probably put back Imperm. The Reborn helps to insulate us from Nib. So I'm sticking with that. Activate Fractal. Banish 2 for throw your extra deck everywhere. 2 for double Dragon Lords. And then we will link these 2 into a nice little solid Rugal. I'll put Rugal over there. And then we'll activate the Bear Brum effect to add our Revolt. And put back something. It's a little bit tough. And it kind of depends on the read. If you think, like if you know your opponent's playing Nib, then it might not be too bad to keep the Reborn. Actually, Reborn's probably the worst card in this hand. Yeah, I would put back Reborn. So let me shuffle. And then put back Reborn. So from here, we'll again have Ash, Revolt, Imperm as interruptions, plus our double Dragon Lords. And yeah, this is pretty solid. We can do a lot of cool things. So like for instance, if our opponent opens Twin Twisters, then we go, okay, whatever. Yeah, we lose the Imperm. We activate Revolt, special summon 1. Yeah, we'll just go for these 4. Link them off. And summon Shurag. And clearly we don't activate the Shurag effect. But we do get to resolve our Nerval. Nerval, go ahead and add probably Fractal, I would say. These 2 would then be in the grave. And then we still have our, excuse me. Then we still have Shurag as an interruption because, like, if our opponent does whatever, like normal summon Alistair, I don't know, activate, we chain Rugal, special summon Nerval, and of course, Shurag's effect is anytime it or a Beast Warrior or Winged Beast monster special summon, we then activate the Shurag and banish whatever we want to get rid of. So it's a little annoying because we lost the imperm to their back row disruption, but we still get our interruption there. We still have Ash. We still have double Dragon Lord. So it's not too shabby. And again, we have a bunch of follow up because this is going to float into another Nerval. And then we also have Fractal to just pop off. Just freaking pop off. Yeah, I think I've talked about this deck enough for today. If you like the video, hit me up with a like, comment, and subscribe. If you don't like this video, then why did you watch this far? This is like 20 minutes in. But still, if you didn't like this video and you made it to this point, then thank you. I appreciate it, I guess. So, all that being said, it's your boy signing off. I don't know how to say goodbye. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.